Now to the latest on the Gann Fire. Cal Fire now says 22 structures were destroyed in the fire, and that number could go up as damage assessment continues. Officials say fire activity remains minimal. Containment is now at 54%. More than 10,000 acres have burned, and some evacuation orders and warnings have been downgraded. The man accused of starting the Gann Fire told KCRA 3 that he's worked on the fire lines before, and we're learning more about Herbert Wayne Smith's time fighting fires when he was an inmate. The California Department of Corrections says Smith was incarcerated more than 20 years ago for receiving stolen property and having a controlled substance. After meeting some strict requirements, the conservation camp program accepted him in 1999. He was placed in a conservation camp in Soledad. After a year, he moved to Growlers Bird Camp in Georgetown. About 6 months later, he was released on parole. The Calaveras County DA's office has not charged Smith for the Gann Fire. Cal Fire law enforcement arrested him on August 3rd. Smith was booked for recklessly causing a fire, operating equipment capable of producing sparks in vegetation without complying with fire prevention requirements, and allowing a fire to escape control. We spoke with Smith after he posted bail, and he admitted that the fire started while he was cutting up parts of an engine. Yesterday, the DA's office released a statement saying, in part, the Calaveras County District Attorney's Office is unwavering in its duty to base all charging decisions on the facts and the law, and is firmly committed to fairness in the pursuit of justice. The fire has forced dozens of people to evacuate, and an animal sanctuary in Calaveras County was also keeping a very close eye on the fire and the smoke as they were caring for large exotic animals. KCRA 3's Esteban Reynoso has a look at the exclusive facility.
Tigers.
I know, it's hot out here, huh?
Bears and elephants. Exotic animals at the Performing Animal Welfare Society in San Andreas, or PAWS, doing a lot better after the Gann Fire scared co-owner Ed Stewart.
I said, I have to get down there. This is something big.
Stewart says he saw the fire balloon in size and knew he had to rush back.
From the looks of the fire from your helicopter, it's a miracle. I mean, the skill of Cal Fire, you know, all the agencies.
From his home in Oregon. He trusted the work of fire crews as the fire creeped over the Bear Mountain Ridge and made its way towards the sanctuary, stopping just 5 miles away. They did not evacuate despite orders because Stewart says moving dangerous and heavy animals would have been too difficult in an emergency.
It would be impossible to load up all the elephants and try to get them through a fire. It would probably be more dangerous than sheltering in place. And you saw the barns are all metal. It's all cleared everywhere around.
Backburn operations, dozer lines, and hand crews kept the fire from PAWS and out of notice of the animals.
We had smoke, but not horrible smoke on that end of the fire, but they didn't even know.
This is Nick, the Asian elephant, and just to give you some perspective, his enclosure was the closest to the Gann Fire. It was just on the other side of this ridge, but staff here tell us and ensure us that the animals were calm throughout the entire firefight. PAWS rescues their animals from circus, illegal breeding, or trapping, and provides for them as a nonprofit.
When I first went to see him, he was in a 16-foot by 16-foot concrete stall. That's what he lived in. And so he had a rough life early on, and we're really happy we could give him a home.
And Ed says, as funny as it sounds, the response from the fire is what motivates him for tomorrow.
We had so many people checking on us from around the country. It's a really hard time when something like this happens, but it's also kind of a nice time because you know how much people care about what you're doing.
And that was Esteban Reynoso reporting. Stewart says when the fire is under control, they can allow the 5 elephants, 2 tigers, bears, and other animals to roam in their enclosures again.